Welcome to Jack's weekly updates from 13th August to 19th August 2016. Let's go through the updates. 226.98 lakhs e-returns filed as on 5th August 2016 in financial year 2016-17. As on 5th August 2016, over 226.98 lakh e-returns had been filed in financial year 2016-17 as compared to 70.97 lakh for the same period in financial year 2015-16. Taxpayers have appreciated the early processing of income tax returns by CPC Bangalore last year. Keeping the same momentum, CPC Bangalore has already issued over 54.35 lakhs refunds, totaling to rupees 14,332 crores, which includes 20.81 lakh refunds for assessment year 2016-17, totaling to rupees 2,922 crores till 5th August 2016. Then, changes introduced in rules governing acceptance of deposits under Companies Acceptance of Deposits Amendment Rules 2016. The Ministry of Corporate Affairs, through its notification dated 29 June 2016, has made various amendments in the Companies Acceptance of Deposits Rules 2014 and issued the Companies Acceptance of Deposits Amendment Rules 2016. Let's go through the key highlights of amendments. Compulsory convertible bonds or debentures convertible within a period of 5 years are included in exempt deposits. Now it covers these compulsorily convertible bonds or debentures convertible within a period of up to 10 years instead of 5 years in exempt deposits. Then, issuance of listed non-convertible debentures as per the regulations made by SEBI also gets covered under the exempt deposits. Now, exempt deposits also includes an advance towards consideration for providing future service in the form of warranty or maintenance contract, provided the period for providing such services is within the period prevalent as per common business practice or 5 years from the date of acceptance of such service, whichever is less. Exempt deposits includes an advance received and as allowed by any sectoral regulator or in accordance with the directions of the central or state government. Exempt deposits also includes an advance for subscription towards publication to be adjusted against receipt of such publications. Exempt deposits includes any amount received by the company under any collective investment scheme in compliance with SEBI regulations or by way of subscription in respect of a chit under the Chit Fund Act 1982 has been kept outside the purview of deposits. An amount of more than rupees 25 lakhs received by a startup company has been exempted from being treated as deposit, provided the amount is in the form of convertible and is convertible into equity shares or repayable within 5 years from the date of funding. All companies other than private companies shall disclose in its financial statements about the money received from the director, and the private company shall disclose the money received from directors or relatives of directors. Now every eligible company inviting deposits from public in addition to the publication of the advertisement shall also be required to place the advertisement at its website of the company. Further, the form of advertisement will also contain a disclaimer by ROC and MCA about the financial soundness of any scheme and correctness of statements therein. As per the exchange rules, a company is not allowed to accept or renew the deposit from members if the amount of outstanding deposit is more than 25% of paid-up share capital and free reserve. Now the said limit has been enhanced to 35%. However, the amount of securities premium remains unavailable for calculating such limit. Further, private companies have been relaxed to accept deposits from members in compliance with the provisions under the Act up to 100% of the paid-up share capital, free reserves and securities premium. The requirement for obtaining annual credit rating for companies accepting deposits from the public under the Act has been aligned as specified for fixed deposit for NBFCs under the Non-Banking Financial Companies Acceptance of Public Deposits Reserve Bank Directions 1988, wherein earlier the rating was required to be obtained from any of the 6 prescribed agencies only. The next update, government announces inflation target of 4%. In exercise of the powers conferred by Section 45ZA of Reserve Bank of India Act 1934, the central government in consultation with the Reserve Bank of India has fixed the inflation target for the period beginning from the date of publication of Gazette notification, that is 5th August 2016, and ending on March 31st, 2021 at 4%. So that's all the important updates for the week. Have a nice day. Thank you.